is Ric Kasini Kadour, and I'm an artist, writer, culture worker, and the curator of Many Worlds Are Born.
And I'm Alicia Inez Guzmán, and I'm a writer, Chicana from Ruptures, co-curator of Many Worlds Are Born.
Many Worlds Are Born started over a year ago when Susan Sabarge invited me to come to Albuquerque and curate an exhibition that explored the intersection of art and history. And so to build this exhibition, what we did is we organized an artist lab, inviting not only artists from New Mexico, but artists from around North America to investigate the photo archives of Albuquerque museums and to look for examples of history that spoke to their own identity as human beings and people. And from that, a number of projects were born that the 516 Arts very generously commissioned, and that's what's on the wall here. I come at this exhibition as an outsider. I've said from the beginning I'm not from New Mexico, that the first words I write about this exhibition will be I'm not from New Mexico. And that's why it was really important to bring on Alicia Inez Guzmán, because we needed someone from New Mexico to bring that expertise and that perspective.
For me, the title is really important, Many Worlds Are Born, and I was really motivated by Rudolfo Anaya, who is a Chicano great in literature here in New Mexico, and he wrote a book called Bless Me Última, which I read in 10th grade, and it spoke to me because it's about this curandera or healer that this little boy kind of follows throughout his childhood. And then there's this great phrase, millions of worlds are born, in the book. And for me that really was really powerful to think about in terms of what the artwork was doing here, because what we're talking about is different stories, different ways of telling stories about the same place. Often New Mexico is determined by an outsider's gaze. There's a lot of writing that others New Mexico, and so creating an exhibition where that wasn't the case was really important, where we're looking at the nuances and the subtleties of what it means to be here, whether you are a guest, whether you are indigenous to this place, and to really think about what that means, to think about histories of conflict, histories of resilience, kinship, and where all of those histories meet, whether that's in violence or in moments of gathering. So I think that that's what this exhibition is about for me. And a lot of the artwork speaks to the aspect of having many worlds, because many worlds here are born, just as is the case in New Mexico.
Yeah, I think a premise of the exhibition is this idea about history, and the idea is that we all come with a different understanding of history, and that history is shaped by our identity and our family and how we were educated, but it plays out in culture in a way that a lot of our conflict is because we have divergent histories playing out and different narratives that we're telling each other about the same event. And this exhibition, I hope, will be an opportunity to explore the histories of others as well as kind of some familiar histories. And I think a lot of the work really draws on personal experience as well as real historical research. And because of that, there's an interesting interplay. And all of the work also speaks, I think, to the contemporary discourse. It's raising these themes that we just, in order to be a successful 21st century person, need to start hearing from other people.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And I think besides the kind of rigorous historical research, there's something like very extremely mystical that I think a lot of the viewers can take away from the artist. The mystical part of this show is presenting artwork about things that we can't put into language. And a lot of what New Mexico is about for me is that, exactly that. It's about a feeling, it's about a sense of history, a sense of the past, of being connected, of having ancestors, or feeling conflict. So I think that having that mystical element is actually really important for this exhibition.
I really appreciate you bringing that up, because I think that one of the things art does really well is allow us to experience the irrational aspects of our world. Meaning, like, science can give us the facts, and academic historians can give us the dates and times, but art can kind of help us feel that something else that is real, but not, like you said, we're able to put into language. And I think a lot of this artwork on view is trying to get at that point, that kind of irrational experience of history or memory of history that is also kind of spiritual and mystical.